This video review is being brought to you by Primetoys.net. Primetoys.net, where you can get your collector grade toys at not the collector grade prices. Primetoys.net. And I'm a reviewer, so let the reviews be joined. Hey guys, this is your friend Dynamite here. Once again, and we're finally, after many tries and many efforts, I'm finally going to be able to complete Devastator. I said in my previous couple of videos, I have been trying to complete this with the holiday season, a little bit of snafus with some videos. I wasn't able to get them up and get them complete like I hoped to, but now that this is officially going to happen. This is the last video for my Combiner Wars Devastator series. This is my 8th video, and as I did with the other videos, I've done each figure individually. I did a video where I showed how to combine the lower half, and this is going to be the video where I'm going to show how to combine the upper half, his upper body and arms, and then I'm going to show you how to combine the two together. And this is going to be might be a little bit lengthy, and it also might be some movement because I'm going to have to move the camera up and down a little bit here at points, so please bear with me, and thanks for keeping up with me, guys. I really appreciate it. And one last thing I'd like to ask you guys, as you can see the way this is, I got this angled up. I want you to tell me if you like the way this is lit up, the angles are, if you think it's better than what I've been doing or worse. I'm going to hopefully try and give me some new lights to put into my lamps here to maybe not make it look as yellowish or different, but I'm going to try a couple of things on here, so bear with me and let me know what you guys think by commenting below. But let's get into it. To transform, as you can see right before me here, I have the upper body pieces for Devastator. I have, which he's kind of sitting off-centered here, but I think I just ain't got his little leg up here, but it should be okay. We got Hook, we got Bone Crusher, and we got Scavenger. Of course, as you know, these guys make up the head and the arms for Devastator. What I'm basically going to do is I'm going to show you how to combine these guys into their upper body, as I've mentioned before, and each of these guys aren't very hard at all to transform at all into their limb mode. I'm also going to bring in here real quick before I really get into the transformation on these guys. I'm going to go ahead and bring in all the accessories that come with Devastator just to show them off and to make it a little bit easier right after this for the combine mode. First and foremost, you have, as you've seen in previous videos, you have two of these. Each of these belong to basically Scavenger and Bone Crusher. As you can see, this mode wise, they're basically missile pods, but they also convert into the hands and full arms for Devastator. And I'm going to go ahead and well, I won't show this transformation just yet. I just wanted to show what these are. But these other ones I am going to have to do a little bit to them because they kind of have to be combined together a little bit. First, we'll bring in the two parts for his Devastator's rifle, which are these. These can be you can actually give these each to an individual bot in some way or form. You can see there's a 5mm peg here on this end of the rifle where you can actually take this and you can actually hand it to any one of the Constructicons if you want to as like a rifle form, which kind of be a bit bulky for them. Long haul probably would be the best choice for this just because of its size and his size. But, you know, that's a possibility you could do with this one. And then you also have this one as well, which is the other half of the rifle. And also can be used as a rifle or gun for one of the Constructicons, because it also has a 5mm peg right here where you can stick it in one of them. Any one of them really would look probably pretty good with this. And what you do to these is you have, on the front barrel of this rifle, you have two little pegs. Pegs right there on the end of it, around the back part of the barrel. You also have on the end of this one, and basically what you're going to do is just combine them into it. I'm doing it the wrong way. I'm sorry. Had it the wrong way around. You're going to do it on this end. You can see you got the peg holes here. You just slide it in, and that's it. There you have Devastator's rifle. Big blaster. Big blaster. You can actually, again, you can probably let Long Haul or one of the other Constructicons kind of hold this. In the G1 series, Scrapper actually came with Devastator's rifle, so you could actually give it to Scrapper if you would want to just do this G1 reminiscence. But we're going to set this up out of the way for the time being. And we're going to bring in his other pieces, you have this piece, which again, just like the blaster, you have a 5mm peg hole here, which you can use to, and it actually kind of has a double barrel here. We can actually have it like a double barreled gun, and you can get one of this to one of them if you would like. It's definitely could, but you might know what this is because it's missing a couple of things, and that is it's missing these pieces. These again, you have both pieces here. Here's the other one of the wings for his chest piece or breast guard, whichever you want to call, chest guard, whichever you want to call it. Again, with these, you can also, if you really wanted to, you could give these to one of them. They'll look kind of weird because it has this little peg down here. It's a 5mm that you can actually give it to one of them in their hand, and it'll kind of look like a big wing type weapon if you want to use it that way. You could actually probably, if you worked their hand around a little bit, like these ones that have the elbow joints, like say Bone Crusher or Scavenger, you can actually work them where they can have it kind of sideways and be holding it up like so, and have a double wing weapon or something like that if you wanted to. It kind of looks weird, but that is a possibility of something you could do. Now, all you got to do for this, to make the chest guard or chest plate, as you see, you have the 5mm peg here. You have this little hole right here on the side. All you simply do is just slide it right in like so, and it just pops right in. You can do the same on this side. Pop it right in, and try to straighten it out just to make sure it's nice and straight. And there you have Devastator's chest piece. Again, I believe this came with Scrapper on the G1, where, because I actually remember you could it had this, it had two little peg holes on the back of it, where when like Scrapper was in his bulldozer mode, you could actually peg this on the back, and he looked like he had wings. So I mean, it does look pretty cool. I actually remember when I was young using this as like a drone, just kind of flying around like searching for Autobots or whatever. And you can still do that with this. It does look pretty cool. I think it's got some nice detail work to it. It does have nice red and silver paint, and of course the purple. Definitely got the big Decepticon logo there. It's got a nice little back here. You should, if you like, again, if you want to use this as a drone, you can use this like a jet engine or whatnot. These is like missiles or lasers or whichever way you want to do it. But it's still pretty cool to do. We'll set this aside, and we're going to go ahead and set these aside. I'm trying to hold off on there because that's something I've done to them, just to give you a little bit of idea for what you could do to yours if you wish to. Now we're going to go ahead and transform these. Let's go ahead and start with the arms. For Scavenger here, very simple. All you got to do is almost like a transformer into robot mode, but you don't go all the way. You simply take the crane or scoop, rotate it all the way back like you would normally. You flip it back underneath, and you will unpeg again the front end of basically the front end of the treads. You'll then reach up under here, and I'm going to raise these out because this is kind of, it pegs it or wedges in here and pegs really good for this part. You'll reach up under this and get that leg up. Just pull, kind of like I said, it wedges in there nice because of the way it pegs in. You have this here which kind of pegs right into these little joints right here, and it actually holds it really securely, so that is actually a good benefit for it. And you'll rotate this whole section down and straighten it out, and you'll of course not unpeg all this because I actually unpegged it all the way, mostly for show, but you'll have to make sure you have the back part of these treads still pegged in to the back here, like so. Which that's my main reason my guy's not sitting right, because I didn't have it straightened up back there. You flip this around, and you want to rotate this section here to face basically in this direction, where you have the peg hole, because basically again this is going to be the right arm. So you want to put the peg hole basically like it's basically the upper forearm of your arm, because you're going to have this for your elbow for the Devastator. And I'm going to go ahead and bring in this component. The missile pod here will connect to this, and I'm going to go ahead and do that. Just simply reach up in here and you'll rotate this whole piece down and around. And as you can see, this is what I have done to mine. I took a paint marker that you can get at Walmart for $2, and I painted it purple just to give it a G1 aesthetic to it for now until I can get the upgrade. And it looks pretty nice. You also want to make sure you want to rotate it around to this position. I actually, looking at it through here, I could probably use another coat on here, but I ain't too worried about it. I think it'd be fine. Next, as you see, you have the peg hole right there. You have a peg right up in there that you're going to peg this into, like so. And here we have Devastator's right arm ready to be attached once we get the others done here. So we'll set his arm aside, and we'll go ahead and get his other arm, bring Bone Crusher up. Now this also is the same similar situation with this. You reach under go underneath it, unpeg the back part of the tread on both sides. You're going to reach under here and you're going to rotate this whole section down, back, and out like so. Make sure this is straight back. And with this being the left arm, you're going to rotate it like so, again with the peg hole coming up. And lastly, up here at the bulldozer or the scoop part, you want to rotate this whole section down and straighten it out, basically folding it onto this way, because this is basically going to flip onto Devastator's pretty much upper shoulder. And again, we'll bring the missile pod back into play, pull this out, rotate the fist back around, and simply, again, you got your peg right there, peg hole right there, and just peg it right in. And there is his left arm, ready to go. Now we go on to Hook. We're going to bring Hook in. Now the easiest, Hook does have a little bit different to him, with him being basically the upper torso and head for Devastator. First step is you want to reach right here, go right up here to the crane, and you're going to pull basically this whole section, crane section here, to the right, to this side. You'll know it's not hard. You don't have to put it off force. You just hear it slide right in. You can actually do it back. You can see there's not much space. You have to do it just like so. Next, you'll reach right here on each side. You're going to rotate this whole air section here and flip it down and around. Do the same on this side. Flip it down and around like so. And we're going to flip it around towards this direction, or excuse me, wrong direction. You go. Oh, I guess it really don't matter. You're going to reach up here. I'm going to raise the crane up to show this better. This whole section here is going to unpeg and rotate towards the front like so. You'll do the same on the back section as well. It will unpeg. A good tight joint there. And it's when you bring it, swivel it together, you have a peg set here, and you got a peg here where it's going to peg right into that, like so. Lower the crane back down, and you can see that's what my problem was with him not sitting level. Next, you're going to once again flip them upside down, and well, I'll flip them to the back really. Right here on the, let's do it this way. On this section here on the back of it, you're going to rotate this little peg down, straight down, and flipping it upside down right here underneath or above his Decepticon logo. You're going to reach and unswivel this, which is a swivel, peg hole here, to the bottom. You rotate this back up, straighten it out once again, and lastly, all you got to do is reach up here, pull this panel down, and who do we have there? Wow, we have Devastator's head. And as you can see, it's going to just rotate down. And if you got this pegged right, which mine came undone there, doesn't want to stay pegged up there, does it? Am I getting it? There we go. Okay. Yeah, it'll be alright. You have these little toe pegs here on the top part there. It's going to peg into these peg holes down here. And you just rotate it down. And when you got this right, which mine doesn't want to seem like it wants to peg in there. There we go. And there. And there we have Devastator It's head mode. Now, oh, one last step. I almost forgot about this. You're going to reach here on this side of the crane, and you're going to pull right here, little black piece here, which is going to be basically for the forearm or the shoulder joint. You're going to do the same on this side, except this way you rotate the hood part up here, and you're going to rotate its side out and around like so. I didn't just fold this back down like that. And now we have Devastator ready to go. Okay, now to combine them up, all you got to do is this piece here on the side by the crane, or the front, basically the front end of the crane, is going to peg right here into this peg hole right there. You just simply take them and just pop it right in like so. And we're going to do the same on this side, except as you can see, it's going to be this peg hole with this peg, and like, well, come on, I'm trying to do this off a little bit off camera so I can see it straight. It wants to give me a little problem. Come on now, peg in there. Ah, that's why. Straighten it up some. And come on. That's why I like doing these videos, kind of like I do. It shows me mistakes and everything. It helps my hands don't shake as bad as they do as well. Well, come on. Let's give it one last go. Come on. I've never had this much trouble with you, Bone Crusher. I know you can get in there. There we go. It's in there. Alright. And I popped his head loose again. And Devastator's pretty much upper body is ready to go, aside from, of course, his chest piece, which we'll get into that here momentarily, because I want to do this a different way. Because when I get all this folded down and we get it pegged together, it's going to be really neat. Now, there's going to be some movement here because I'm going to have to move the camera. I'm actually going to have to back it up, and I'm actually going to have to increase my leg. The legs on my stand here, so bear with me just a moment. Yeah, that's the noise of me raising the legs down. I do apologize for all this because I am in the process of learning to do some better editing for my videos. So, alright, here we go. A little bit higher up, but it's going to be worth it here in a minute, because I'm actually going to take, if you see me kind of standing off the side here, it's just me trying to, there goes his arm. We'll fix that. And we're going to bring in the other half of Dev, which I'm going to have to kind of step it up here. And here comes his lower legs. Pardon me. Now, to do this, I'm actually going to leave his arm off right now. You have, again, right here at the bottom, you have the peg here and the peg here, peg hole here, which is going to attach on the top of long haul. You have this stack, and you have this top of the, basically the driver's seat here. That's where we're going to peg in. Basically take him, and we'll try to get this in there. Peg it right there, and like there, and down it went. Very simple. Let's try and get Bone Crusher back on here. I don't know why he's giving me so much problem. He's my favorite of the bunch, but for some reason in these videos he just wants to, there we go, be a pain. Lastly, or next to last, all we got to do is put his chest guard on. His chest guard isn't that hard. You have these two pegs on each side of his wing, and you have this peg here, which I'm apologizing. Let's try and see if I can get this in better light. Roll that down. You got this peg here. This peg ain't really gonna matter. It's gonna kind of factor in, but and then you got these two pegs on each side. These are going to actually, like for instance, this one is going to peg in right here on these little joints here on Scavenger. I'm trying to see if I can zoom in on that for you. You see these little pits here. This is where it's going to peg in. I'm actually not going to do that because it'd just be kind of time consuming and stuff. And then you got this peg. This peg is actually going to go right into this hole here. And let's slide this over a bit. You have this little guy, this little black tab here. Is going to kind of peg into right about here into this little peg hole right there. And lastly, on this other side, on Bone Crusher, he's going to have the same thing. You got these two little peg holes here, which these are supposed to attach to. But again, I'm just going to try to get it just to get the circumference of it. We're going to try on this side first. Try to back this up just a hair for you so you can see, and raise it back up. Alright, here we go, guys. Let's try it this way. Get that peg lined up. And get this lined up straight. Where's that? I'm trying to look over him. There we go. Again, I'm not going to fully attach it because I think it looks kind of better without it. But there we have Devastator with his chest plate. And looks really cool. Looks really, really good. Next, I'm going to try to zoom out some more. And we're going to bring his rifle and give it to him. Now this doesn't use the peg holes, it just uses this. It basically just fits right into his open hand here, like so. And we're done. Devastator is combined. And as he would say, one of my favorite lines, and most everybody knows this line from the original G1 movie, prepare for devastation. And we have Devastator combined and ready to do some damage. Now, articulation wise, he does have the little defects, not really defects, but hindrance. His head can swivel. As you can see, it is kind of hindered because of Hook's crane here, but you can do that. His shoulders, he does have, basically his best movement is right here, doing it this way with his arms. You can basically rotate it all the way around, which does look good. He does have the elbow swivel here, and the wrist swivel. Fingers don't have a whole lot of articulation. Whoa! Ha ha ha. There goes Scrapper. That's the gimme for Scrapper. Let's try and straighten it back up. Yeah. Oh, Scrapper. There. Stay put. Come on, Dev. Work with me here. Alright. We'll do this way. The fingers on Devastator don't have no finger articulation. It's basically like the regular Combiner Wars, little Combiner ports, hands and stuff. But it's a little bit bigger. Not too bad at all, though. Let's rotate this back around and try to see if we can get them back on there. Come on now. Just stick with me for a bit. Alright. Now, he has no real waist articulation. He can swivel right here at the hips. He does have some good ratchets here for the hip, for leg. Not really any knee bend, but you can work with that on both guys. Just get this back up in there. Just work with me, Scrapper. Work with me. I apologize. I didn't even realize that wasn't on camera. I thought I had my camera down lower. But as you can see, he is a good sized bot. And we're going to do a little bit of size comparison. I'm going to slide Dev back a little bit. And we'll try to swivel this back. I'm going to do this really quick, guys. I got several guys here I'm going to do some size comparison to. Let's first bring in another Combiner Wars. We're actually going to bring in Omega Prime, Optimus Maximus. Wow, big comparison. Prime basically comes right up to about his waist, so it's a good size difference there. Next, we'll go ahead and bring in another one Combiner Wars. We're bringing a leader class figure this time. We'll bring in Starscream. Towers over Starscream. Starscream looks like he comes up to about his crotch. So, I mean, that's another big size difference. Now, we'll bring in a couple. Let's go ahead and bring Prime out of the way so we can do some masterpiece scale sizing. Set this aside. And we'll first bring in one I recently picked up from Prime Toys. The X9's Invisible. Definitely bigger. As you can see there. Definitely bigger. Good size comparison for masterpiece scale. Let's bring in Prime right next to him. Not bad. Still not too bad. And one last one. Actually bring in one of my actual personal favorites. I don't care what anybody says about this guy. I love him. Big Daka Toys Kronos. Definitely bigger. But still not shabby at all. But that's going to be it, guys. I'd like to thank you again for watching. And please like, comment, and share this video. If you haven't done so, please subscribe. Check out Prime Toys. You can go in there. You can pick up Big Devi back there. Though he does not have the Hasbro version, he does have the Takara versions, the Night Warriors. You can put him in your cart. Pick him up. He's just a little over $200. I believe you get free shipping on them if you try to order them. I'll post a link to that link below. So definitely check them out. Check out the Transmissions podcast, also sponsored by Prime Toys. Love listening to them. I'll have a link to them below. And again, guys, I'll post my links to my Twitter, my email, and to my Instagram if you guys want to follow me or email me on either of those. But once again, guys, this is Don saying thanks for watching, and I hope to hear from you soon.